All right, Sheila, Rob Wood and the Detroit Lions give Dan Campbell a 6-year deal to become the Detroit Lions head coach. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And 6 years, huh? They must really believe in Dan Campbell. All right, most people think you got to call plays to be a head coach or a qualified head coach in the National Football League, and that's not true. John Harbaugh never called plays. He was a special teams coordinator. I think Mike Vrabel never called plays. Brian Flores was a positional coach. I don't think he called plays in New England. And look, Vrabel and Flores worked out when Matt Patricia didn't. So Dan Campbell calling cars supposed to be tough. A player's coach, a guy that don't take no bull jive. And we'll see if it works. Really it's going to be about his staff. If he's going to have qualified people around him. And you hear that Aaron Glenn might not have accepted the defensive coordinator position. And you're looking at two other offers other than the Lions. And, but 6 years, usually you see 5 years. I'm not sure what Brad Holmes got, but if he the guy, he the guy. If you want to commit to him, you think he gonna, be able to run through walls and knock barriers down and take Lions to the promised land, then why not? I think Patricia and Quinn have one more year on their deal. And I'm pretty sure it ain't like a 6-year deal for $10 million. I'm pretty sure Dan Campbell is probably going to make less than probably 90% of coaches out there. All right? He wasn't a hot name. He didn't have any other offers. Let's say that let's say the Chargers offered him or the Lions. I think he would go to the Chargers. The Lions it sounds like they're settling for what they can get. And also it sounds like they like Dan Quinn too, because they could have offered Bieniemy, but Bieniemy said he looking for the right job. Who else out there? That's Marvin Lewis is out there, but really, when you talking about the bottom of the barrel, most of those guys are black guys that, people believe that Marvin Lewis don't deserve a second chance. All right, people believe that because of Eric Bieniemy history, and I heard in the interview, he don't deserve a chance. I mean, who else is out there? Rob Salah, he got a chance, his first chance. It just seemed like it's hard to give black coaches a second chance. Anthony Lynn, why he didn't get no more looks? He did an amazing job in a cheap organization known as the Los Angeles Chargers. It's just a lot of guys out there, that could have got a chance. I think more people would have respected that if they would have gave the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator Erickson a second chance. People would have understood that. But I think a lot of people say, well, he doesn't call plays. Play calling, it don't guarantee you're going to have you're going to be a successful head coach. It's about how you are a leader of men. How do you lead men? That's the thing. Are you gonna be able to have guys run through walls for you? Guys can respect you. Matt Patricia didn't. I think Pat Patricia was a huge part of this hire because how Matt Patricia treated players and how the Lions had a history of not treating their veteran players or their star players, the right way, not giving them rest, not respecting them as players, and all that. I feel that Matt Patricia in the history of the Lions, Calvin Johnson said that he said how other teams treat their star players and treat their veterans. He said basically the Lions have never treated them like that, and they treated everybody pretty much the same. You can't treat Peyton Manning the same as a practice squad player. That military role shit don't work. You look at Bill Belichick. That shit didn't work this year. Without Tom Brady, it didn't work. With Bill O'Brien, without Tom Brady, it didn't work. With Josh McDaniels in Denver, it didn't work. So you talking about a 50-something man roster, probably almost 100 people when you include the scouts, the front office, the practice squad players, the positional coaches, the strength and conditioning coach, the nutritionists, the ownership and all that. That you got to lead. You got to be respected. And Matt Patricia, he didn't know how to socialize with black players. You tell me to stop sucking somebody's dick, guarantee you probably won't make it home. You picked the right one in Darius Slay. And just how players didn't respect him and players didn't want to play for him. And they said, Marvin Jones said, I ain't had this much fun when he played for Darrell Bevel in a long time. And, he just sucked the fun out of coming to work. And all that militant Tom Brady, New England Patriot thing where we all the same player, everybody get treated the same. Nobody want to play for that shit. Without Tom Brady, it don't work. Let's keep it real. You put Drew Bledsoe in there, it don't work. Put Cam in there, it don't work. You put Garoppolo in there, it don't work. And maybe Bill Belichick go back and get Garoppolo because he should be getting released from the 49ers this year if he don't get traded for Deshaun Watson. But I think Dan Campbell is an instant move from Matt Patricia. So you guys complained about not having a players coach, not having a coach that you respect, not having a coach that understand what you've been through. Here go Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell is a direct move from Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia had a whole lot to do with Dan Campbell coming here. They needed a guy that was going to lead. They needed a guy that was going to bring energy. Lions fans wanted somebody that showed passion, that was going to be yelling and screaming, and his veins was going to be popping on his head, and he was going to be turning red, blue, and purple. Jim Caldwell didn't show that he cared. Remember the Michigan fan, Brady Hoke, he didn't wear a headset. Who gives a fuck? Do you win football games? And just because you scream and yell, it doesn't mean you're going to win football games. Doesn't mean you win football. No. The person who showed all that emotion is usually the weakest person in the room. The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest person in the room. How Caldwell was able to have the Lions under control and the players respect him without cussing, without yelling, without raising his voice, without changing his face expression, with being stoic. That's what you want out of a leader. And there are great leaders that are demonstrative and that are passionate and yell. Like, they're great leaders, but the ones that don't show emotion, they got control without yelling and screaming and cussing. Those are the leaders that you want. Those are the leaders that's really rare to find. But the Lions fans getting what they asked for. They getting for a player's coach. They getting for somebody that's going to show emotion, that's going to be high-headed, yelling, screaming, cussing, and all that shit. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all prioritize that as a head coach, and now people complaining because he didn't call plays. You know what I'm saying? This is what people, over the years, y'all wanted. Y'all want somebody that's going to be passionate and show passion and yell and scream and be a leader of men. It's Dan Campbell. This is who you get. This is who you want. This is who you described over the years. Y'all complaining about Carl, he doesn't show emotion and he doesn't do this. This is who you wanted. Y'all didn't want Marvin Lewis, a guy that was proven, that knew how to identify talent. And then most people believe that Brad Holmes was forced to keep him. If Brad Holmes was forced to hire or forced to jump on the Dan Campbell train, because it's funny to me, when Brad Holmes signed a contract, he didn't have a short list of guys that he wanted. You heard him. He only going to be over the player personnel. Think about that. The football operations is going to be Mike Disner. He's going to answer to Rod Wood. So if just think about it. If he's only over, Brad Holmes is only over the personnel and the players, he don't have no say so in as a general manager to hire a coach. And this is what the Lions really wanted. They wanted somebody they can control and they can put in position and they can control everything else. The Lions wanted to control everything else. So remember, he's only a player personnel GM. Mike Disner handles the nutritionist and all that shit. So Mike Disner and Sheila and Rod really hired Dan Campbell first. And they forced Brad Holmes to pick it to work with him. Because, at the end of the day, Brad Holmes, he was a director of pro scouting, a PR guy, regional scouting, all that. What head coach was he going to hire? Unless he was from the Rams organization. And if it was from the Rams organization, it's going to be the defensive coordinator they hired from in Los Angeles Chargers. So this was a guy that they want, a guy that can pick players and all that shit. Dan Campbell don't know shit about, drafting players. He's a tight end coach. He wasn't a scout before. He don't know nothing about drafting players. I'm telling you that shit right now. He don't know nothing about that. So really what they doing is isolating each job. So when it comes to the draft, Dan Campbell don't know shit about drafting a quarterback. He don't know nothing about drafting a runner. He know tight ends. So really what they did was isolate each job. Brad Holmes has nothing to do with the coach. He's a personnel guy. Mike Disner handles the nutrition, the equipment, the business side of stuff. He answers to Rod Wood. So it is what it is. 6 years, a long time, but they must believe in him. So if he will do bad, a terrible bad, I don't expect them to fire him at least a year 3 because they ain't paying him that much. I'm telling you, he don't make a lot of money. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the 6-year deal. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out anytime if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links, subscription, fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. All the links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Let me know what you guys think. We go.